Alrighty, here we go. Let's go ahead and welcome back. This is part 2, and we are gonna we're gonna continue editing on the reel that we were doing. And again, for those of you that don't remember what we were doing yesterday was the first part of the stream that we were editing a reel of my wife that's actually doing some organizing and just doing some like fridge stuff, and set it up to record vertical, and I'm gonna edit it and put it together so that we could send it out on social media, Instagram, TikTok, all of that good stuff. So we're gonna start by continuing the first part. As you can see right here, let's start going right there. We were doing the beginning parts, kind of like a rough cut. It was that, just kind of putting it all together where she's taking the stuff out of the fridge, and it goes into quick kind of just cleaning, doing that right there real fast, and then down there cleaning that up, and then boom, it goes into the second clip. So we are going to start doing the clip right here where she's pretty much emptying everything out. And one of the things that I actually wanted to show was how in Premiere we can go ahead and, let me actually just, properties, we can actually go ahead and start kind of choosing a beginning point and an end point, and then squeezing everything together so it makes like a really fast, almost like a time lapse. And it's super easy to do here, especially. So let's start right here. So she's going to start kind of putting everything together, taking everything out. So we're going to start here. Just to continue along from what I said yesterday, every time you're going to cut, especially in the middle of a video, and you want it to flow smoothly into a transition into the next one, then so it's not so jarring to your audience, what you want to do is actually cut in motion. So whatever motion she's doing or the subject is doing, you want to combine that action to another motion that's on the next scene, right? So this is just kind of an example right here. So she's going to clean that. She moved, and then, so as you can see, it's kind of like, I'm going to go back here. We're doing it frame by frame. So she's moving down, boom. That's a bad example. All right, so boom, right here. So she's moving, and then she goes to take that out. She starts taking it out, and then boom, it goes into her spraying. So if you watch it in real time, you know what I mean? It's not as jarring as, her moving and then going to something that she's doing completely still. But anyways, we're going to refine that. So we're going to do a time lapse cut. So we're going to start here. She starts going, once she starts grabbing these things right here, let's do it where she's lifting it up out of there. Kind of like that. I'm going to cut it right there. And I think we're just gonna go through everything there. And I think she stops doing everything because she had to take, the last thing she takes out is that stuff in the bottom. I don't think we need to do all that. Maybe just the last one that she takes out, which is this right there. Gets it out of the way. So we're gonna, and I'm using a Mac, so we're going to Command C. Actually, we're not going to Command C. We're going to press V. And see right here, my little cursor, it's going to go right there. And what I'm going to do is, on the timeline, set up a out point. So technically, this is where the video starts. I mean, the clip starts right here. So I'm going to send an out point to right about here, right? We don't want these social media videos to be super, super long, right? So what I'm going to do is actually just squeeze that in like that. And what the hotkey is R, right? So it's like a rate stretch tool. So you could either make it longer, so make that specific clip time just go a little bit longer. It's going to slow down the time, right? And if you want to make it shorter, it's going to speed up the time, right? So we're going to grab that right here, and we're going to go all the way in to the playhead, right? I'm gonna zoom in right there, and then we're gonna see what that looks like. Let's see, it went up to, and if you look at my cursor, it's 1613.1% fast, right? So hold on right here. We're gonna do, all right, make it look real time, and then boom, boom. See, right there, and it actually even included that. Well, actually included that last part, kind of. So I just went really fast, and it kind of just shows her right there. So I might not do that long. So we could always kind of tweak it, go a little bit longer, so you can actually show what she's doing. She's kind of taking everything out. Probably should have set up the camera a little bit different, but we're gonna, just by eyeballing it, we're gonna go all the way up until she starts taking everything out, because right there it's just empty space. So we're gonna start, she's doing the butter, and then boom. Oh. Boom, we'll cut it to right there. Excellent, right? So it's just gonna go right there, moving that, blah, 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 moving that, and then starts taking everything out really fast. It could be a nice little voiceover that we can do right there. And now we're gonna move on to the third clip. All right, one sec. Oh, I just moved myself. Sorry about that. All right, third clip. Let's go. We're gonna go to just review what this is, and it just kind of shows her cleaning the sink part. Like, nobody likes to. And again, this could be like a whole bunch of, time-lapse stuff. And the beauty about this is like, the more you edit your videos, you can start seeing what you can fix and how you can record it better. So now you could record to edit according to your edit. That's why I tell everybody, man, like, if you want to really like become good at production, in other words, like recording your videos, then edit them yourself first before you get anybody else to do it. That way you get your process down, because you're like, wait a minute, I should have recorded this. If I'm going to go in this angle, I should have gone that way. Now, when you're recording it, you could be like, oh, look, I could light this way. I could put this camera over here, different angle, whatever. All right, so we're going to start by showing. It's pretty obvious that you're. Let's start right here. She's actually dirty sink, dirty bop. Action, right? We're going to start it right here. Goes into the clip, right? And we wash all the way. We just kind of preview exactly what she's doing. And right. Let's just go to like, see how this one goes. She's just kind of moving it around. I don't like the last shot to be hosing it down. Her moving it up. Right there. Motion shot. Dynamite. So now we're going to close this in. So a little quick time lapse, mini time lapse, and start from there. And what we're going to do is, let me see, we did this rate, what is it? 653.35%. So we could, try to match that. Forgot what I just said. So I'm going to right click, go to speed duration, and I'm going to put in, it's going to tell me what speed it did it in. So I'm going to copy the same one I did last time, so they match 653.35. And let's just go to, I kind of like to do the optical flow and timer interpolation. I wonder if I did it here. I did not. So boom. So I didn't use the straight rate stretch tool. So it'll go like that, right? So what I'm going to do is undo that. Right. Let me just go back and do this. Optical flow, just make it flow a little bit better. I'm gonna rate stretch it. Shortcut R, and then I'm gonna roll the way in here. Let's see what that looks like. And that one's actually really fast. You'll see. Kind of just shows her washing all that real quick. So it could even go faster, to be honest. I might even just do like a 5-second joint. So it'll be right here. Putting everything away. Jeez. So it's so fast that you kind of don't see what's going on there. So I'm going to stretch it just a little bit, see what it looks like. No, you can tell she's washing all this stuff. Boom. Still a little quick, but maybe just a tiny bit. Boom. And you can see the playheads moving right there. Go right there. Let's see how that looks like. Boom. So it's going to go from one time lapse to the next. Right there. There, it's watching all this stuff. And excellent. Now, again, so if you see right here on this blue side on the bottom of the source monitor where you see you guys see my cursor, it says 33, right? So that's exactly how long it is right now, which is 33 seconds. It's not, the fastest, but I also want to show the story, right? You could upload to like 60, I think more than 60 seconds now. So, and I'm sure she's going to want to have a voiceover over it. So let's bring in the last two clips. Geez, the last one is a long one. Ah, look at that. It's tilted, baby. That's like a little, whatever. We'll fix it. That's what we do. All right, cool. Third clip. What is it? Oh, adjusting the camera. What is she doing here? Oh, she's making something, man. That means we gotta show this. Oh, she's washing the fruits. Now, you see this right here? I gave her a light, and you could tell in her arm, it's like showing. So she kind of put it like right along like the side, and it's reflecting on her arm. But what she wants to show, which is the fruit that she's washing with vinegar or whatever, there is no light on there. So it's all good. But you don't know these things until you actually like are in the midst of it editing, and you're like, man, I wish I could have done that. But you know what? Next video, I'm going to do exactly that. So let's see what she set up right here. Looks like she's doing some kind of chemical. And let's see what happens here. It looks like I go from the time lapse of her washing everything to real quick pouring that. Let's see what she does next. All right, so we could kind of like, add a different variation to it. So it'll go from like these cutscenes right here. Yeah, these cutscenes to, which I got to shorten up, time lapse. Time lapse, and then I'll make this into a cutscene as well. So see motion, boom. So I'll just give it a cut it right there. I don't have to put her mixing that up. She got the AirPods on doing a thing. I don't have to set that up. Just making the timeline a little bit bigger. Keep going. All right, she puts the, see, so right there, motion, right? So remember what we said yesterday. I'm gonna press B shortcut, so I could just slide that right in after I cut it. Boom. So see that motion where she's, after she dumps the strawberries, then she takes a plastic away right there. I'm gonna cut it right there, right? And then I'm gonna look for the next one. Make sure to turn from the cut. You see how it looks like a little blade, razor blade, to a cursor. That's C and V shortcut on the keyboard. And then I could do it until she's like from that cut, move from that scene to when she's opening up the blackberries. but I feel like it takes too long, especially for social media. Maybe like on a YouTube video, okay, cool. It's more time, but because you guys have such a short attention span, I'm just gonna do it from right when she opens it. See, like right there. She shows what it is right there. Let's see how that looks like. Beautiful thing is we could always undo it if we don't like it. Gee, she did that really, really fast. Boom, boom. All right, so let me catch that when she's putting that away. Right there, she's moving that out of the way. I'm gonna cut right there. Again, you could always zoom in or zoom out so you can kind of see what you're working with. Ooh, okay, she adds this guy right here. So we could do this motion. Let's see what it is. Make it blend in. So strawberries, blackberries, and so blackberries. Oh, I kind of like that. I was gonna cut it from like right here, but I kind of like that we see that she grabs it. And I'm just gonna do a couple sprinkles. Looks like she's putting powdered sugar on there. Right in that one. And again, this is a rough cut, and I'm sure I know that we're gonna relook at everything and then see what fits and what doesn't fit and even tighten it up even more, right? Beauty of editing. So did that, and then we're gonna keep going, and then she mixes it all up, right? So we're gonna cut from there straight to right there. You know, any little bit helps. Oh, all right. So like, I wanted to start it from there, but see the water starts turning white. So I'm going to cut it from when it starts turning white, like right. She like backhands it right there. And then boom. Wait a second. A lot going on here. It goes like that. I'm gonna switch it here because she turns on the faucet. So it's good. See, that's why it's always good to kind of go ahead a little bit to see where it's going, or ideally watch the whole thing so you can kind of see what's gonna happen, so you can know how to cut it or how you want it to blend the current one you're working on to the next one. So we're gonna go ahead, boom. She turns on the faucet. I don't think she needs to show that. Oh, I like that two-hand thing going on. And let's see, turn it back. Okay, not a washing there. I may even, all right, let me undo that. Kind of like how it shows that she turns on the faucet, even if it's just a little bit of space right there. So we're gonna do right there, sorting around, turns the faucet and kind of moves on to that, both hands. And I like that right there. He washes that for a minute. Sloshes it around a bit. See, she turned it off and it's kind of doing that, washing them a bit. Wait, okay, so you see how it looks right there? I can do like I actually don't even think we need to re-show that. That's what I was thinking about. So boom, she's in it right there. Kind of don't even, can you tell that right there that the water's kind of, or here's what I'll do. Let me move this a little bit this way, and I'm just gonna add a little bit of her extra, kind of just cleaning it. I think that's enough. Move this guy back. All right, let's see what she's doing now. She went over there, strains the thing, and then washes it, and then is that it? Yeah. So she, right there, she lifts it up. So pretty quick motion. So I think we can fit all that in. All right, let's bring it up right there. Space bar. That's what you guys are hearing. Grab that. I kind of feel like stopping it right there, and then boom. Just so it looks like steps, you know what I mean? It's all about the visual. I think we could just do it up until she empties it right there. Excuse me, just 8. Washes it again. All right, so that's all she does after she strains it is just press that just right there so she can wash it off. I think that you need to see all that. That's pretty good right there. Kind of just, well, let me actually delete this. 2 different actions that she's, you know, turn on the faucet. Just, I don't know, there's a specific word for that, but I don't know exactly what it is. What is that? Like the thing they did with gold. They used to like go in the river and then go like, there's a specific word for it, but I don't know what it is. Anyways, do that thing word, and then she brings the thing down and starts doing that for a little bit. Boom. You don't need more than a few seconds, not even a few seconds, milliseconds just for that. And oh, you see a cameo of your boy coming in right here. She asked me for something. Oh, because she's like almost 9 months pregnant, so she needed me to go down there, and then I needed to shape up right there. It's all good. Set that up. Cool. So she starts setting everything up, back up, and let's look at the whole thing, because this is the longest clip out of all of it. Let me actually just open this up like this. Let me see where we at. Let's look at this real quick. Let's see. All right, cool. Let's go ahead and look at it. Let's start it from where I disappear from the shot, because I think that's where the real action happens. All right, she starts restocking everything. She's putting everything together. Maybe let's see how that looks. So boom. I mean, that could be a shot right there, right? When she starts kind of like fitting it in. Right here. She took a while to get that. All right, let's move this clip in. And what I'm going to do is actually just move everything into one video track, number 1, because I use 2 of these. So I'm going to press shift so I don't move any of these out of alignment. Bring it down so I don't cut everything over. And let's see what that looks like. Watching that. She puts her arm right there. It's all good. Okay, so maybe that one right there. Kind of like she's looking at it. All right, cut it into... I don't know. I don't even think I need that, to be honest. Let's go straight to it. So she goes right in front of the camera. Again, not a mistake. It's just I'm very picky about it because it's what I do. So let's make this into a last minute time lapse. We might slow it down at the end. I don't know. We're coming up very close to a minute. So she's doing all that packing, restocking. There's a lot of her shoulder showing. So let me see. Maybe we can just go. She restocks everything. Time lapse maybe because this is really long. Oh, okay. So fantastic. I just realized something right here. So, all right, let's look at a clean shot of the fridge, right? The beautiful thing about this is that, as you can see right there, it's kind of tilted a little bit to the right. So we can fix this. We're going to go to effects controls and make sure that our clip is signaled on the timeline. Now I'm going to click out of it. As you can see in the middle panel where I have the lumetri color and the effects and stuff, nothing's highlighted. Even in the effects control that I have in the top left, nothing's highlighted. But as soon as I click on the clip, everything lights up because that's all the properties where I can fix all the properties from that clip on the windows, right? If I click anywhere outside of it, it's not going to have any reference. Now it does. Voila. Boom. So, you know, it's at 50%, right? This is at 100, right? So the beautiful thing about it is, and that's why I really like to shoot wide rather than narrow, or like rather than super tight in the frame, is because I'll leave myself some room to, in case I make a mistake and I have to zoom in or out or whatever the case may be, most likely zoom in to kind of fix anything on the outside. So right here, we are a little tight, but what we can do is, so you see in the motion properties right here on the effects control panel, top left, you see motion, under motion, it's position, scale, rotation, anchor point, crop left, blah, blah, blah. So we're going to go to rotation and we're just like very slight. Let's see, we're going to just orientate it. Boom. That looks a little bit too much. That looks a little bit still to the left and maybe right there. That looks all right. So it's like a -1. Awesome. But if you really zoom in right here, you'll see that there's like a bit of, yeah, let me click out of it. A little bit of, what you call that? Black from the frame because we moved it, and obviously since it's so tight on the 9x16, you're going to see that little bit of kind of wedge of just black space. So in order to take that out, we are going to zoom in and we're just going to do it very slowly. So it's at a 50% scale right now. We're going to go to just a 52 and it's gone. Let me just see if I could get away with 51. It's still a little bit tight right there, as you can see. So I'm going to go to 52. Dynamite. I'm sure she's going to say something about that, but it's all good. This is what we do. So yeah, she's tightening it right there. All right, cool. Now, what I'm going to do is same thing we did with the other one. Shortcut, it is, we're going to press R for our raise stretch tool. And we're going to crunch that in right there. Move in on the timeline. And let's see what it looks like. We went to 3,000. See if it's not too fast. What do you think? Geez, there's a gap right there that I think we could even go faster. Just turn off the fridge lights. I mean, she's doing a really good job, but I think we're going to do it right here. All right, let's bring it in a little bit more and just see what that looks like. We're a bit over a minute. We're at a minute 8 right now. So let's go ahead and rate stretch tool. And it's up, geez, what is it up to? Like 11,000 something. That might be a little bit too fast. Let's see. Oh, she's flying. I mean, it looks dope, but hold on. Let's start from the, it's all about, you can always try and test whatever, but that's what it's all about. It's all about testing it and see what really looks good. So let's start from here. Right there, strainer, thanks. And then it goes to packing in the fridge, putting everything in there. She's putting it all together. Boom. And as you, oh, I didn't know that egg thing was in there. Hold on. Oh, okay. So we could stop it right at the egg part. So small, this beautiful face. All right, let's actually stop it right there. I'm gonna cut it right there, and then I'm gonna bring this one back to its regular duration. So I'm gonna go at 100, and that's why it takes so long. So it's going really, really fast. You can see that little, feel that little camera shake right there. It's going fast. I kind of like that little transition. But I'm gonna go straight to the where the eggs are. The eggs are at. Remember, it's all about the motion right there. So she starts putting one in. I might just time lapse that one. Let's see how it looks like. Boom, 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 going really fast. Wait. Let's watch it again. Let's watch it again. Okay. Not the cleanest, but let's keep going. We don't want to lose any time. And it stops right. Let's stop at the last egg that she puts in. Oh. Boom. Drops that bad boy. So let's try to catch her right there. She's moving her hands away. Cool. I'm going to cut it right there. We'll rate stretch tool again. And it doesn't have to be that fast. This was going fast. I might cut it a little bit before. Actually, I think I will do it pretty fast. It's just showing her putting the eggs in there. And I think we could finish this one off. And all right, cool. All right, there. Look at that. We're almost finished. Bring this in right when she opens up the fridge right here. We're going to cut it to right there. And so if you look at the timeline, a quick backslash will show you everything, and then zoom right back out, zoom right back in. That's what it looks like so far. We're going to go in right there. Boom. Opens up the fridge. Ah, you see that right there? So look, that's what the motion does. Look, putting in the last egg. Boom. Right? So it's like it keeps going, and it doesn't like just jar you right away. And again, it's all about being clean, right? So let's go ahead and watch it one more time. Boom, 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 stacking the eggs. Cool, opens up the fridge. Ah, see, she fixed the camera. Damn it. Which is actually fine, because she fixed the camera, and then I could get her doing that little push right there. All right. So let's see how that looks like. Eggs, stacking them up. And she grabs the eggs, puts them in, and excellent. Ooh, I like that outro. I didn't think she did that. Even though she's kind of out of focus, but that's just me, because I'm just notice that stuff. There, she's in focus. And it's all good. I pressed down by accident. Right there. Finish off with this shot, and bam. Right there. And then let's see what it looks like. Excellent. So all in all together, that's 1:20. Not too bad. But we've chopped this up pretty good, man. As you can see, it came from just a bunch of clips. And look, This is our first cut right here. Super simple. We haven't added any music to it, any sound effects, nothing like that. Not really any transitions. It's just really bare bones. But we're 35 minutes in, so I'm gonna cut it right here. Yeah, so tomorrow when I go live, what I'm gonna do is have the music underneath, maybe a couple of sound effects, a couple of kind of quick, I don't want to call them effects, but kind of just quick variations that we could do to the video, so that way it keeps your eyes just engaged throughout it. And then we're almost there. And also we're going to give it another once over before anything, just to really, you want to watch this not a million times, but like as many times as you feel comfortable. And it's always good. My rule of thumb is to kind of like take your eyes away and then bring them back, so you can kind of see, because maybe the things that made sense while you were cutting it don't make any sense later on. So you always want to have that kind of visual point of reference, right? So yeah, so we have a whole bunch of 5 long clips cut it up into this minute 20 little 1-track video, and that seems pretty good for right now. So I appreciate you guys for watching, and we're gonna end it right there. And make sure to go on tomorrow at